So we're going to start on our backs with in a Baddha Konasana. Supta Baddha Konasana is what it's called, and that means a supine cobbler's pose. Supine meaning on the back. So you're going to take your first blanket and fold it up so that you can roll it into like a bolster. And then we're going to put it longwise on the mat, so vertically to support the spine. And then the other blankets, we're just, and if you don't have a second blanket, that's fine. You don't need one. But if you have a second blanket, just kind of fold it in half and put it towards the top of your bolster. And that's going to just give some extra support for the head. The pillows are going to support the knees. So once you have your spine support set up, you're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together and let the knees hang out and tuck the pillows underneath the knees. Okay, so it's going to end up looking like this. And your hands are going to be wherever they can be comfortably. If you have even more pillows or blankets, you can support the hands with those. You can have them on the belly. And your feet don't have to be all the way up towards the body. They can certainly be a little bit more open. And if at any time you have something you want to cover the eyes with or anything like that, you can do that as well. But we're going to start by just taking some deep breaths, lying in our pose. And each time you exhale, notice that your body is beginning to release on a deeper conscious level. We're not trying to rush it, just give it some time. As we slow down the body, the mind will respond and also slow down. Soften the muscles in the face. And do a body scan from head to toe and notice anywhere where you can bring your attention to release even more gripping. Maybe the shoulders, the belly, or the hips. Each time your mind wanders as you're lying here, be okay with that and just gently guide your attention back to the breath. Let your breath be your anchor and your single, simple focus for these next few moments. Bring awareness to all the parts of the body that are touching the mat or are being supported. And we want to be careful to we quiet the nervous system. We want to stay in that balanced state. So if your knees are apart, move slowly. Use your hands to bring the knees back together and just straighten the legs. And we'll pause there. And then go ahead and bring the arms overhead and take a long stretch. We're going to bring the arms down, bend the knees one at a time. And take your time pushing yourself up into a seated position to prepare for our next pose. So we're going to keep the bolster that we have, and if you need to re-roll it to make it stronger, then go ahead and do that. If your spine is not super flexible right now, you might need to put your pillows underneath this for more height. I'll do that just so you have the idea. And then with your other blanket, or if you're not using these pillows, put something in between the knees, because we're going to be bringing this bolster up to our hips with our knees off to the side. We want to try to keep the knees and the ankles from touching each other. So just fold it however it works best. And then you're going to bring your hands on either side of your bolster and try to lie your chest down on the bolster. So depending on your neck, you're either going to look to the left or to the right. And if you look one way, you can always change it. So we're in a restorative twist here. Bring your arms above your bolster so the shoulders can relax. So it's almost like you're bringing your pointers and your thumbs together to allow the shoulders to muscularly release. Make any last minute adjustments as comfortable as possible. The body will not begin to release unless it feels safe. So know that you are in a safe place. And also recognize the benefits that you are giving yourself here by restoring the body, healing the body. Withdrawing the senses, mind, and consciousness from contact with external objects, and then drawing them inward towards the seer is called pratyahara in yoga. It's the decision to turn inward and let go of drama on the outside. It is the choice to release our grip on the external world and all of our attempts to control it in order to focus our minds entirely on ourselves internally. Soften the jaw, soften the shoulders, and know that you are supported here, and allow yourself to feel supported so your body feels safe to let go. Remember to use your breath as an anchor, returning to the inhale and the exhale. Begin to deepen your inhalations. Lengthening your exhalations. And bring your awareness to all the parts of the body that are touching the mat or touching a prop or support. And then after another breath or two, we'll begin to slowly shift ourselves up to a seated position. You can keep the support between the knees, and we'll just flip to the other side. Bringing our bolster up to the left hip, rotating our chest onto the bolster, and deciding which way we're going to lie on our cheek. And if you bring your hands up towards the top of your bolster or your support, if you bring your hands together, that will release the shoulders. But ultimately, find the most comfortable position for you. Restorative yoga is sometimes called the most advanced practice. And this is because when we are still for this amount of time, it's hard to not listen to the things that are revealed internally. Things we might feel, noticing, maybe it's difficult to be still for this amount of time. That's pretty common. We use the breath to cultivate this skill of conscious relaxation, which is a gift for the body. Bring your awareness back to the breath. And after another moment or two, we're in no rush, begin to slowly lift yourself and allow the body to stay heavy. And we'll bring our props off of the mat to prepare for our next pose. So just at this point, re-roll your bolster. And this time it's going to go horizontal on the mat, and it's going to support the lower back, the lumbar. If you have another blanket, roll just the end of it and put it towards the top of your mat to support the neck. Okay, so it's not going to be too big. And then you're going to take the pillows that you have and put them at the end of your mat. And we're going to elevate the feet here. So when you're ready, and just, the feet can be together, separated, it doesn't really matter. Just be sure that this bolster is supporting the lower lumbar and that the other blanket is supporting behind the neck. And then you can just have your arms out to the sides, or you can have them bent like goalpost arms. If your blanket is long enough, you could even have the hands supported by the same blanket that is supporting your neck. You decide what's most comfortable. And then start following the inhale and the exhale. Most of us are programmed to do a lot of things, which keeps us constantly engaged and, feeling productive, feeling in control. But sometimes we also make a habit of running around and, conquering our to-do lists, maybe fueling ourselves with caffeine and ambition. And these are not bad things. It's not bad to be motivated. But what restorative yoga allows us to do is stop engaging in all of those things and face what's going on in our bodies. Just to learn about, to have more of a connection with, like to befriend our bodies and care about ourselves in a whole way that we might not be used to. This is a really big step for staying healthy, for healing, and for true and absolute renewal of the body. And relaxing and slowing down is not always about being comfortable. We practice being still, and sometimes it's uncomfortable, but it brings awareness, and that's what we're really looking for. We want to allow more space and accept fully who we really are. Bring your awareness back to the breath. And follow 2 more rounds or 2 more cycles of the inhale and the exhale. Begin to bend the knees and slowly roll onto your right side. Taking a pause here, and then after another breath or two, slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position. And preparing for our last posture of the night, a supported Shavasana. We're going to keep the support under the neck, but take away the lumbar support and see if you can stack as much height towards the bottom of your mat as possible. And it's going to go under the knees and upper leg area this time. So if you could do, a trifold of the blanket just to get a little bit more height on top of the pillows. And then we're going to bring them a little bit closer. So we don't want it to be on the lower part of the leg. It's going to be either directly under the knees or more supportive on the above the knees. And then you'll lie back down. Palms up, just like regular Shavasana, closing the eyes and letting the feet hang open. Now your lower back might be a little bit flatter on the mat because the legs are elevated, and that's okay. Begin to rest with each exhale. Happiness exists perennially within you. It is your normal state. You do not have to seek it. You will be happy if you get rid of the obstacles called pain, which are in the modes of the mind. Happiness is not a secondary thing, but pain is. And these painful things are obstacles to be rid of. When they are stopped, you will be happy. Interestingly enough, non-doing is the key to happiness. And it begins by observing ourselves internally, because we have the power to not do. Practice gives us this gift and gives us this power to be free. Allow your inhalations to begin to deepen. And after another breath or two, slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, being sure to wake the body gently. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take a stretch or bend the knees, hug the knees, whatever the body feels like it needs here. And then if your knees are not bent already, bend them one at a time and slowly roll onto your right side. We're going to pause here and really savor these last few moments of rest and stillness. Allow the belly to be soft. And keep the head heavy as you slowly press yourself back to a seated position. Bringing the hands together in front of your heart. Thank you for letting me guide you this evening. The teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in you. Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. I hope you have a great night. Have good sleep.
Bye, Jen. Thank you as well.
Bye, Valerie.